boxes, if you guys would get together for a moment and list a few of the cons that Mark Ruffalo talked about in his video, some of the bad things that happen when you do hydraulic fracking. Okay. Alright, I see a lot of you guys are talking about many earthquakes and methane in drinking water, and that's very true. I want to share with you a diagram about you guys all see this diagram, okay? Yeah. Okay. What happens is they're going to pump water down a pipe here, which breaks the rock, and when they break the rock, all these little things floating up to the surface is the methane that you use in natural gas. If you notice, this is what's called an aquifer. It's basically where we get our water that we drink from, and it's everywhere in the world, and it's, you know, so many feet deep underneath the surface. And all that methane is going into the well water rather. So to give you an idea of this, I want to talk about a video I found that I thought was really interesting that proves, and there's really no sound to it, so it's okay if you can't hear it, but I'd rather you see it and see what happens. So we'll go ahead and play this video. She's basically talking about how the methane's in her well water, and she's going to show you what happens when the methane's in the well water. So if you guys can see that, her water essentially lit on fire because of the amount of methane in the water, which is a big problem. So to combat that problem, some developers have kind of come up with this triple-plated steel barrier to protect the well from leaking the methane out of it. But if you go back to our original diagram right here, a lot of the problem is occurring down in the actual bedrock, the rock they're splitting apart. That's where a lot of the methane is escaping into the water table. So as a question to you guys, maybe physics students in a grade 12 class, asking you guys, how can we possibly fix this problem without getting into too much of the physics behind it? So how would you guys do it?
Yeah, I think you should maybe put something down there to try to catch the gas before it hits the water table, but I would have to look at it.
And that's a big problem a lot of gas companies have, is I don't think anybody really knows what to do about the problem. So I think for as long as it's going to stay, we're going to have methane in the well water. All right, I have a question here for everyone. There are 4 separate questions. Each person is going to participate. We'll just go in the order that we're going to present in. So Kirk, you'll be first. And the first question is, in your own words, what is hydraulic fracturing?
It's when they pump high-pressure water down into the ground to break up the rock, which releases methane and gas.
Good. All right, question 2 will be for Jane. According to Mark Ruffalo, approximately how many people are affected by hydraulic fracking along the eastern coast of the U.S.?
I believe it was 12 million.
Very good, 12 million. Question 3, Tanya, what is the major problem critics have with regards to the chemicals they pump into the ground?
No one really knows. See what makes up the chemicals?
Good, very good. And question 4, Jeanette, what is a possible solution drilling companies should do to at least protect drinking water?
I know they've talked about putting those triple layers around, but like you showed in the picture, I'm not sure that's going to be a big issue. Going to help. I'm not really sure what they could do.
Right. That's
Besides
true.
providing water for the people.
That's okay. True. And then lastly, real quickly, if I can throw this poll out here. I'm going to ask, do you support hydraulic fracking? Yes or no, based on the video and the content that we've seen? Okay, that's pretty across the board. That's pretty unusual. All right, that's all I got. Thanks.